Hello there, Scorpio. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a very special reading. This is a weekly tarot reading, but it's also the Lionsgate portal. We have the Lionsgate portal opening on August 8th, Monday, August 8th, and we're already in those energies, but it'll continue for the rest of the week. So this is also your weekly tarot reading for August 8th through the 15th. So we're going to take a look at some very special aspects here because this is the Lionsgate portal. It is the date 8/8. So we have the the combination of the double 8, which is all about manifesting abundance. And abundance is anything that you are wanting, your heart desires. So that could be material things, but it also could be in love, in fulfillment in your work. It could be just joy. It could be more time and energy. It could be travel. Whatever you're trying to manifest at this time, this energy helps you to get the clarity about how to proceed, what it is that you need to do in order to be able to manifest what it is that you're trying to bring in. So we're going to take a look at what you need to heal, what you need to continue doing, what you may need to purge in your life, and then we're going to take a look at your uniqueness, your special strengths, your talents, your light, that Spirit wants you to know. This is what you want to concentrate on at this time. And then we're going to take a look at what next step you can take with your special gifts or talents in order to bring in and manifest that abundance that you are seeking. So let's go ahead and get started here. I know I had to do that long intro. I don't like to do long intros, but I had to do that long intro to get all these cards out here. These have been such interesting readings. Really, I have truly enjoyed this series. Reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. So that's your soul traveler's card. That's the overall energy of this reading. Your light is shining brightly. For some of you, if you've been kind of wondering, is my light really shining? Am I on the right path? Am I going in the right direction? This is verification that yes, you are on the right path and you are about to manifest something that you really and truly wanted. Interesting. You have here and now, feel the world. I feel like there's this energy of being really present. Not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, enjoying the moment that is right in front of you. And we have the Six of Swords, moving on from things that no longer are fulfilling you. Stepping into an energy of, I have to create, I have to live the life that is really in alignment with what my heart desires. So let's go ahead. We're going to first take a look at what you are being asked to heal. Okay, so we're going to talk about what does that mean, healing. Healing is those emotions that we can have around a certain relationship or situation in our life. Sometimes those emotions are, really positive. Other times those emotions can act as triggers to help to move us in a direction where we are making choices in our life out of fear instead of out of love. Okay, so there's, this is like maybe feelings of abandonment or rejection. It could be fears of not being worthy enough, right? Some of those fears, but the energy here is about trying to allow those feelings to come up, to ask yourself why you feel this, but then also to release it, right? Because if you hold on to that anger or that resentment, then you are going to be making decisions in your life based on that anger and resentment instead of based on what your heart truly desires. So let's take a look at what we have here. We have the Four of Pentacles. Holding on to some wish or dream that you have had. There's something here that, we have the loyal heart. So this is, a significant, I'm getting a couple of energies. This could be a significant person or persons in your life that, you have certain expectations around this relationship or situation. But it's also about being really loyal to your own heart. Understanding that sometimes when we are making those decisions based on emotions of, anger or resentment or something like that, that we're not really making decisions that are based on what our heart truly wants. So there's this energy here of holding on to something, a barricading. There's there's that fence there. She's holding on. She's barricading herself against what she really and truly wants, okay, out of maybe fear of getting hurt or being rejected again. When our heart is broken, sometimes we continue to make decisions in our life. Our ego leads us to make decisions out of fear of being rejected again, right? Of love being painful. So then, we have mantras, or we believe that love is always painful. Well, if you're making decisions about that, anybody that comes into your life is also going to leave or cause you pain, then you're not going to be open to having new people come into your life. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. Wow, really spiritual here. Star. You're being asked, this is Aquarius energy, being asked to heal something that is considered long-term in your life. So this could be family, this could be legacy money, this could be, having financial stability. There's a need here to kind of heal some situation here. I feel like you're working, okay? We have the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting, you have 8 here. Okay, really interesting. You're working, and I feel like you're trying to walk towards your happiness, but here's the problem. You have this sadness about something else that hasn't worked out, that is holding you back from your true happiness. So once again, perhaps taking a look at what could be holding you back. What are you protecting? I feel like it's interesting. I love this card, Wish Upon a Star. But you see how she has her hands over her heart? But it's almost like I'm getting the message like you are protecting your own heart. You have your hands over your heart, not in order to listen to what your heart wants, but to barricade your heart, protect your heart from things that could be, emotionally painful. But there's this energy that, you could be even putting a lot of time and energy into your career because you don't want to face these feelings. Really interesting. Okay, so let's move on, because after doing some of these, I have realized that they kind of crisscross over here. So what are you doing now that you are being asked to continue to develop and nurture within yourself? Okay, we have body and soul, all that glitters, and then temperance. Having the patience with yourself, patience with other people. I also think there's a need here to have, this card has been coming out a lot, patience in order to learn about people. I feel like you may take a look at people or situations about, it's almost this energy of judging them by how flashy they are, and instead of digging down inside. So I think you're working on this about, recognizing that just because something looks spectacular doesn't mean that it functions well. Something like that. It's interesting. I was watching one of those baking shows the other day, and one of the the judges kept saying to this one contestant, you got a lot of style, but no substance or no taste, it's that type of energy here of trying to create something that looks really good, but down deep inside, there isn't quite the foundation or the substance to it. So this is something that you are working on, that and I love that you're recognizing that at some point in your life, you may have been wanting things to look one way, but coming into this realization that even though it looks really good, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's really good. You know, there could be people that look like they're really happy, but down deep inside, they're really sad. There could be a house that looks really beautiful on the outside, but then you go inside and it's, you know, filled with filth and dirt and old furniture that's broken, right? So there's this energy of having temperance, of not making quick judgments. And once again, I feel like you're doing that, spending more time getting to know people, talking to them, not kind of like trying to size them up in, you know, a really short amount of time. Because I think what you're understanding is that it's the body and soul of people. So, you know, once again, sometimes, you know, we see the body of a person, right? And we can, you know, depending on how they dress or, you know, their appearance, sometimes we can rush to judgment, right? And it's about understanding that everybody has a soul, like getting down deep into the soul of other people that you are dealing with. And also I feel like getting down deep into your own soul of understanding. You know, you could have had a situation in the past where you felt like you were judged, right? You were judged harshly because of your appearance or because of a way, your lifestyle or something like that. That, you know, it really brought you this sadness. And so now this is something, you know, that situation happened to help trigger you, to open you up to the idea of how being judged by other people really does cause this emotional pain. And now you're working on not judging other people. So kudos to you, Scorpio. That's you know, something really lovely to be fostering within yourself, nurturing within yourself. Okay, I'm also getting the message for some of you, you could be even making this into your work, okay? So you could be becoming an activist, lobbyist, you know, starting, you know, nonprofits or something for people that do feel like they're ostracized or something like that for, you know, their choices in life. So let's see what else we have here. Wow. Really interesting. 6 of Swords. There's that 6 of Swords again. So you have it twice. Moving from turbulent waters into calmer waters. Okay, so we have 2 kings here. The King of Wands and the King of Swords and the Hanged Man. You know, once again, I'm going to say there's this energy of not being quick to judge. You know, the King of Wands is, you know, knows what he wants, but he's really quick. He takes quick action. And the King of Swords is sometimes stubborn, you know, sees things, overanalyzes things, right? There's this energy of kind of getting a different perspective, of surrendering to the idea that, you know, to be quick to judge is, you know, hindering your own ability to have deeper connections with other people. Wow, really interesting. Okay, so now let's move on to what to purge. Now this is different than what to heal, right? To what to heal is emotions within you. What to purge is sometimes maybe a belief that you have. It could be a relationship or a situation that no longer is for your highest good. So let's see what we have. Message in a bottle. Interesting. I think Pisces had that. A higher view and the world. Now this is something that you're supposed to purge. You know, message in a bottle, it could be a message from somebody else. You could be receiving a message around this Lionsgate portal time. Or you could be sending a message. I feel like there's some type of a message. It could also be your intuition. I feel like when you get this message, whatever this is, you're going to know that this relationship or situation is really no longer on your path. I feel like you're receiving this message. It could be it could be your intuition, but I really don't think so. I think this is really like you may reach out to somebody, or there's something that occurs and then you get a message. It could be, that you've been putting out job offers, right? You've been applying to jobs or something like that. And then you get this message from a company that kind of says, well, we haven't made a decision yet, or something like that. The way that this message comes in, I feel as if you're going to know that option is no longer available. Like, you're going to know, and it's a lot. In what Spirit wants you to know is that that's okay. Whatever this relationship situation, whatever this message has to it, it's okay, because there's something better out there for you. So not to get emotionally distraught about this. It could be even, say you put an offer on a house and then you don't get it, or, they're saying travel, like maybe you reach out and you want to travel to another country or something like that, and your visa is denied, something like that. It's kind of like, it's okay. The message I'm getting here is it's okay. With the World card, I really feel like there's somewhere else you want to go. With the Six of Swords, there's this energy of, I want to move, I want to go to another country, go to another city, something like that. Having this higher view, it's kind of like, I feel like you're looking almost like at your lifelong range, and you're not getting things to come into place for you. And it's kind of like, I feel like the message here is to allow this to just be for a little bit, to purge. This is what you're to purge. So maybe, you're not meant to go to this other country. Maybe you're not meant to move to a different, city or location. Maybe you're not meant to have a new job, right? At this time, that there's something bigger, to understand that rejection is God's protection, that there is, your angels, your spirit guides, and they know the path. You don't know the path. It's almost this energy of, you think that you know the path. And it's kind of like, no, Scorpio, you don't know the path. And you don't know the path, right? But it's almost kind of like, I feel like you're almost wanting to control the path. Yeah. Temperance again. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 6 of Swords. I feel like you're trying to run away from competition or feelings of abandonment. It's about, okay, wait a minute. Let's, we have the Temperance card here. It's almost this energy of wanting to, because the 6 of Swords keeps coming up in the world. I want to run away from all of this. There is something to be gained in this competition, in this conflict. There is something to be gained. And it's really, you have the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. It's about really, 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah. It's about taking a look. 5s are about, you're in a position that you don't like. Okay. You know that there needs to be a change. But it's almost as if because the Patience card, Temperance keeps coming up. It's almost as if, well, wait a minute, you're making changes too quickly. Okay. So it's about, let's slow that down and kind of process the emotions that you are feeling, because I feel as if you're jumping, but it's almost as if you are trying to run away or move quickly away from painful feelings, instead of taking a moment and just processing them, allowing yourself to process them. Okay, so let's take a look at your strength, your uniqueness. Oh, interesting. Okay, the Royal You. I cannot believe this. Okay, you have the Royal You. You are royal. You are special. You are worthy. Okay, you have so many gifts and talents and abilities. Here's the thing. okay, that's preventing this from shining, okay, is that you're self-sabotaging yourself. Once again, the why card is here. Asking yourself those difficult questions. I have this great job. Okay, say you have a great job, all right, and I'm sending out all these resumes, okay, and I'm not getting any job offers out of it, okay, which makes you feel kind of sad, right? But it's also making you feel abandoned and rejected and maybe not worthy of having another job, which is kind of spiraling you downward in a way. And it's about asking yourself why. Why am I trying to leave this job? What am I leaving? Am I leaving because I didn't get the promotion that I was promised? Am I leaving because nobody here appreciates me? Am I leaving because this office environment is toxic? And answering that question and then asking yourself again, well, why? Why do I feel that way? It's almost about going down the rabbit hole of getting on top of these emotions. And the reason is because I feel like you're being asked to heal those emotions. It's about going down that rabbit hole, allowing those emotions to come up, but then also to transmute them. It's not about wallowing in those emotions. It's about saying, okay, I'm seeing these emotions. I'm understanding why I have these emotions. A lot of times that's inner child wounds, either from this life or from previous lives, right? And I think the message here is really clear. You're sabotaging yourself, okay? Because you're not taking the time to process feelings. It's almost as if you're moving from one thing to another, and you're making actually decisions out of fear instead of what your heart really desires, because you're not really taking the time to ask yourself, why am I putting out offers? Okay, why am I applying to all these other jobs? Well, if it's because you want to move into a new line of work, or because you're looking for autonomy, it's about looking at why you want to move forward instead of what are you trying to escape. Really interesting energy there, because we all do that, Scorpio, right? Pisces had a very similar message. We all do that. Sometimes, we do things to rebel against other people, right? A lot of times that's, when we're like a teenager, right? We make choices to rebel against what, we feel like our parents are. I feel like it's coming back to feeling judged in some way, right? And so sometimes we make decisions, to rebel against a certain group of people or our parents or society. Sometimes we make decisions in order to prove somebody wrong, right? But when we're making decisions based on that, we're really holding ourselves back from making decisions based on what it is that our heart truly desires. Now, sometimes, it does help us to get kind of that fight back in us, right? When we're like, oh, my family doesn't think I can do this. I'm going to prove them wrong. But in the end, right, if you're making choices in your life in order to kind of prove something to somebody else, then you're not really, you're making those decisions really out of fear, not out of love for yourself. So it's about taking a look at why you are making some of the choices that you are in your life. Now, it doesn't mean that the choices that you're making are wrong, okay? Because I feel like this is really helping you to open up to here and now, Why am I feeling, this chaos and conflict, and why am I not calm around my decisions? Have you ever noticed that? Like when you make a decision that's really not the decision for your higher good, let's put it that way, right? It's not like there is this internal conflict, right? Because it's your heart, it's your intuition saying, that's really not the best decision. And you're kind of like, yeah, I know, but I'm sticking with it. you know, and that's okay. Sometimes we do that. But when you make a decision and you're totally calm about it, then you know it's the right decision for you. Um, yeah. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. I think you have an offer coming in. Yeah, it's healing things. This is childhood, wounds, or, trying to heal nostalgia from childhood. Some of you may be trying to recreate something from childhood. It's about healing this situation. It could be about family, yeah, you got the Star card and the Four of Swords. Understanding. I feel like there's a strong message here of understanding about how you are making, just really becoming more aware of why you are making the decisions that you are making. Yeah, I mean, I'll share a story. I've been trying to eat healthier, and, the other day I was out and, went by one of my favorite fast food restaurants, and I hadn't had the French fries in a while, and I was just like, oh, I really would like those French fries. And then, I actually purchased the French fries, but the entire time I started eating them, the entire time I was like, you said, I'm saying to myself, I said that I was going to commit to be eating more healthy, and really looking at the choices. And I was like, so why are you eating these? Is it, and all of a sudden it was kind of like, yeah, I ate like 3 or 4 of the French fries. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? I really feel better if I don't eat these. And then, I did. I tossed them. And, part of me was really sad. But really, then when I tossed them, I actually felt calmer because I knew that I was making a choice that was really for my higher good. It was something that I had committed myself to, and I was trying to talk myself into, well, you deserve this treat because you really haven't had these in a while and you've been so good lately. I was going down that. I was really trying, but I was having to convince myself, right? When you even have to convince yourself that the decision you're making is really what you want, instead of just knowing it, right? Then it's kind of like, yeah, it's probably not the right decision. It's a time to take a moment and ask yourself, well, why? Why am I choosing to eat these French fries? And I really did kind of like, sit there for a minute and think about that. So I think it's kind of interesting. Okay, now how to use this awareness, okay, of making choices, of choosing to choose from your heart instead of trying to choose out of emotions based on things, painful experiences in the past. Okay. So let's take a look. Yeah, really. Oh my goodness. So interesting. Okay. So the next step here is to recognize, to learn, okay, more. You see how he is standing on top of the books there. Pages are about learning messages. They can be messages from other people. This is a message I think you're actually giving to yourself. It's your next step. It's about taking a look at why you are making some of these choices, and then really kind of gaining the wisdom and knowledge based on that. It's kind of like when I got those French fries. I had to ask myself, like, why am I getting these? Part of it, I really realized, was because I was rebelling against this whole idea that, I need to eat healthier, and it was kind of like, but then when I started thinking about it, I was like, these don't make me feel good afterwards. They, greasy food just really doesn't, I'm not going to have any energy after I eat them. When I really started to think about it, it wasn't like I was purchasing them because it was like, I am really desiring French fries today. It was, I was driving by the restaurant, right, and saw them, and it was a craving. Okay, it wasn't as if I was, sitting at home or something and just said, I really haven't had any really good French fries in a while. Yeah, my heart would really desire French fries right now. And then getting in the car and going and getting them, right? There's a difference there. And I feel as if you are taking a good look at how you can commit, to making choices that are good for your higher good instead of making choices based on, trying to cover up feelings of abandonment or rejection or unworthiness or, whatever. We all have them, right? We all have them. So let's see, community and then broken open. Yeah, I feel like having this information, this new wisdom that you're gaining through this Lionsgate portal helps you to open your heart, right? And to start making choices based on love. And then with the community, I feel like there's almost like a healing of understanding, that perhaps there needs to be some healing in, a certain aspect. So it could be, once again, say you're trying to get a new job, right? And all of a sudden you realize, well, wait a minute, the people that I work with are actually pretty nice. Like if I were to open up my heart to them, right, then maybe, I would feel better about where it is that I'm working. It is really true that if we put our time and energy back into our heart space instead of, allowing the ego to put us on a track of making decisions that are based on our fear. Yeah. And that's exactly what this is. Two of Pentacles, learning how to make decisions. I feel like this is this Lionsgate portal. And look at this. We have the Strength card, the Leo energy. Having the strength and the courage to really put time and energy into how you make decisions instead of based on, okay, I've been through so much, so now I'm just going to make this decision because I'm trying to protect myself from further pain, or I'm going to try to make decisions based on what I think might hurt somebody else, right? I'm really going to make decisions based on what is really good for my own heart. If you're relating to this at all, yeah, judgment. Yeah, I think you may be even thinking about reuniting with a certain person or community, or just I feel like, it's just about your approach. It could just be your approach. Knowing that this is going to take time. But yeah, look at this. You have Ace of Wands, Two of Cups. Putting down the burdens of perhaps feeling like you're by yourself. You need your independence. I got, I'm getting in my boat and going away, right? Yeah, putting down the burden of that and understanding that life is really about connections, and working on those connections, being inspired to have fresh starts with connections. And, that could be trying to bring new connections into your life, or it could be, working on connections that you already have in your life. Of course, not with, toxic people or negative energies, but, just those types. Security. I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full. Yeah, really interesting energy there with this. Because we had the Eight of Pentacles, and you have the Seven of Pentacles down here. I feel like you are working really hard, putting time and energy into your work. But I also feel like there's this shift of, well, am I working for all of these? Yeah, because we have the Nine of Pentacles too, right? Why am I working so hard? I'm here by myself, spending my money. And yeah, it would be nice to have connections, people to spend time and energy and have experiences with. Whether it's a romantic partner or a group of friends or whatever it is, I think you're making a shift into how you want to evaluate relationships in your life. And so, yeah, it's really kind of a beautiful message there. Really lovely. So I think your Lionsgate portal is really about finding clarity about how you want to proceed in your relationships and looking at perhaps how you can reconnect, have fresh starts. Maggie's over here snoring. Have fresh starts in some relationships that are in your life. And then also, you know, how you can foster new relationships and perhaps not have such a focus on being independent and, you know, financially independent. Although you want that, but it's like, I feel like you're putting a lot of time and energy into career or material things. And now I think you're just shifting into having more relationships in your life, having that connection, that human connection with others. Well, I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. And I do appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, or subscribing. And I wish you so much love and light during this week and always. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.